Hello and welcome to day 12 of your iLearn review. Today we'll be taking a look at volume of a few different shapes, and we'll also look at surface area of a sphere. And so we should be working on problems 110 through 122 of your worksheet. So looking at problem 110, this is a cone. The formula that you'll be given is volume is equal to area of the base shape times the height divided by 3. You also might see this as volume is equal to 1/3 times the area of the base shape times the height. They both mean the same thing. The formula that I will be working with will be this one here. Just recognize that you can use both. So the area of the base shape. So first of all, what's the base shape of the shape? It's a circle. So we need to find the area of that. So that would be pi times radius squared. And so we need to know what the radius is. And so we're going to use 3.14 for pi. So we're going to use 3.14 for pi. So 3.14 times the radius. The radius is only halfway across, so not 8, it's 4. Times 4 times the height of 9, all divided by 3, will be what the volume is equal to. And so I'm just simply going to enter this into a calculator, or Desmos. So looking at Desmos, I'm going to type in 3.14 times 4. Don't forget to square it. Times 9, the height. And then all of that is going to be divided by 452.16 divided by 3. So 150.72. 150.72. And you'll notice I forgot to put the square sign up there, but in the calculator I entered it correctly. And then don't forget your label. So in this case it's miles. We'll put M I. And this is the answer that you're looking for. If you're rounding to the nearest tenth, we would look at this here and we'd say, okay, that's below a 5, so we're going to leave it as 150.7. Looking at problem 111, the same thing. We're going to use the same formula, area of the base shape, so we're going to use the number 6 for the radius. So 3.14 times 6 squared times the height of 12, and then all of that divided by 3. And so again, we're going to go to our calculator. It's 3.14 times 6 squared times 12, and then all of that, 1356.48 divided by 3, which gives me 452.16. Because of the 6, we're going to round it to 452.2. So the volume for this cone is equal to 452.2 inches cubed. And I forgot on the last one to put the cube sign, so be careful because it's an easy thing to forget to do. And this is your answer for number 111. For this one, it's going to take you back to when you 7th grade. You're going to do length times width times height. One thing you need to be careful about is don't use ones that repeat. So we'll say 11 times 2 times 1. And you can use a calculator, of course. So 11 times 2 times 1 is equal to 22. And so that's what the volume is equal to. And so the volume for this is simply 22. And then don't forget your measurement with the number 3 for cubed. Looking at 113, we have a pyramid. It's going to use the same formula as the cone, the area of the base shape. So the base shape is a rectangle in this case. So 7 times 9 times the height of 11. And then because it's a pyramid, we're going to finish dividing by 3. And so we go back to our calculator, just type it in. 7 times 11, or times 9 times 11. 7 times 9 times 11. Take that answer, 693, and divide it by 3. You get 231. So this volume is equal to 231. Don't forget to put your label and cube it. And that is the correct answer. Looking at problem 114, this is a cylinder. You're going to do the area of the base shape times the height. So in this case, you're going to do pi, which is 3.14, times 12, we need a radius, squared, times the height of 11. And so we just go to our paper here, we do 3.14 times 12 squared times the height of 11. We get 4,973.76. 4,973.76. We've been rounding to the nearest tenth, so that tells us to round up. So 4,973.8, and then don't forget to put centimeters cubed. Again, that's what the volume equals. Same type of process for this one. The only thing is this time we're given a radius, so it's going to be 3.14 times 6 squared times 4, and that's what the volume will be equal to. So 3.14 times 6 squared times 4. And that comes out to be 452.16. Again, that's what the volume is equal to. So 452.16, 452.16. The 6 again tells me to round this to 452.2. So 452.2. And then don't forget to put your label, feet cubed. And that's your answer. Looking at 116, this is a similar problem we've had before. You're going to do area of the base shape, so 4 times 7 times 6 the height, divide by 3. Again, you're just going to go to your calculator and you're going to type it in just like that. And so 4 times 7 times 6, and then 168 divided by 3, which comes out to be 56. Don't forget to put meters cubed. Looking at the sphere, and so we've been finding volume, so we want to find volume too. The volume for a sphere is 4/3 pi times radius cubed. You'll always be given this formula. You just need to know what the radius is. So if the diameter is 23.4, it's going to be 23.4 and a half. If you're not sure what that is, just go to your calculator, type in 23.4, and then divide it by 2. 11.7. So we're going to do 4/3 times 3.14 times 11.7. And so you're going to go in and you're going to type it just like that. You can hit this AB button. You can do 4/3. click beside it, times 3.14 times 11.7. And then don't forget to cube it. So A to the B button and then cubed. And then, so once you're looking at your paper, I forgot to write cubed on here. This is what the volume equals. So volume is equal to 6705.41. 6705.41. The 1 tells us to leave it the same, so the volume is equal to 6705.4. Don't forget to label it centimeters cubed. All right, moving on to number 118. This is a rectangular prism. Again, be careful not to reuse the same ones twice. So we're going to cross out this one. We're going to cross out this one. You should do length times width times height, which is 11 times 11 times 12. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be in that order, but you can use those there. So 11 times 11 times 12 comes out to be 1452. Don't forget to put miles cubed, and that's volume. And this is your answer. Again, we're looking at a sphere, so we're going to be given the formula 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. So 4/3 times 3.14 times 7 cubed. Just go to your calculator, enter that in. 4/3 times 3.14 times 7 cubed. I get 1436.02. 1436.02. 1436.02. We've been rounding to the nearest tenth. So the 2 tells us to leave it as 0. So this is going to be 1436. 1436. And then centimeters cubed. For this one, it says, baseballs are filled with cork and yarn, covered in leather stitched together by string. The official baseball of the Major League Baseball is 3 inches in diameter. Determine how many square inches of leather are needed to cover the ball. Well, first of all, the outside is covered by leather, so we're looking for surface area. The surface area formula for a sphere is 4 times pi times the radius squared. And so we're going to do 4 times pi times the radius. The diameter is 3 inches, so that means that the radius is only 1.5 squared. Go to your calculator. We have 4 times 3.14 times 1.5 squared. We get 28.26. So this is what the 28.26. This is what the surface area of the baseball need is. And then it said inches, so surface area, we need to put in inches squared. For part B, it says determine how many cubic inches of cork and yarn are needed to fill a single baseball. So fill it up means volume. So again, volume is 4 divided by 3 times pi times the radius, in this case 1.5 cubed. And so you can enter that into the calculator. We're going to use for 3.14 for pi, and then 1.5 for the radius. So we're going to go here. We're going to type in 4/3 thirds times pi times 1.5 cubed. I get 14.13. So the volume of this is 14.13 inches cubed. And it says, as the official baseball team for MLB, Rawlings creates 50 baseballs for every game. How many square inches of leather are required for a single game? So the first part of this is going to be, okay, 28.26 times 50. And then we know it's going to be square inches, so we can go ahead and put that down there. Just go to your calculator. 28.26 times 50 equals 1,413. 1,413 inches cubed. That's the first part of this question. The second part says how many cubic inches of cork and yarn. So 14.13 times 50. And this time, we know it's going to end in inches cubed. And so you do the same thing. You go to your calculator, you type in 14.13 times 50, and you get 706.5. 706.5 inches cubed. And so we've answered this question here, and we've answered this question here. That completes day 12 of your iLearn review. Tomorrow we will take a look at identifying three-dimensional shapes.